We've got a new segment here on the Young Turks. It is inspired by you guys because during our Turkathon during the Indiegogo, we wound up drinking at the bar and recording it just because it was the middle of the night and we had a lot of fun and we had a good conversation. And you guys said, hey, you guys should do that more often. And just a quick, 6 months later, here we are again.
2.5 years later, here we are.
And at the bar and drinking again. It's nice that we've got a bar, so why not use it? I want to tell you guys about Ben Affleck. I don't know if you've heard about this. He goes to Hard Rock Cafe. Turns out he's a card counter, which I didn't know, right? Mm-hmm. Good for him. And I was like, when I hear oh, I'm a day trader, I think, oh boy, well, it was nice knowing your money, but you're about to lose it all, right? And when I hear card counter, I think, oh, good luck, buddy, good luck, right? But it turns out he's actually good at it because Hard Rock Cafe threw him out. And they said, okay, we noticed you were counting cards, and now, if you're counting cards and they notice it and you're losing, they don't mind. Okay,
he was winning.
Yeah, he must have been winning a lot of money. And they said, now we love you. You're a celebrity. Hard Rock loves celebrities, and we want to let everybody know you gamble here. And you can do any other game, but you're banned from Blackjack. Which, by the way, to me, sounds like the coolest thing in the world. Like if somebody came to
badge of honor.
Yeah, right?
If I'm banned from Blackjack.
Because I'm too good at it.
I'm too badass at Blackjack.
You know what else is badass though? I was reading that when he wins, and one time in particular, he actually gives his winnings to everybody else. He won something like $150,000, and he just tipped out the dealers and the staff. God. Like he tipped people out like $5,000 each.
Jeez, God bless him.
Awesome. So I'm like, oh, you're like Robin Hood, taking money from the banks and giving it to the people.
Right. So, that's probably why they kicked him out.
Exactly.
The first thing when I read this story, did you guys think at all that this is just another celebrity PR thing? The big thing lately, like with Shia LaBeouf and all these guys are these just weird PR things. And it's like, is this maybe somehow his lead into a movie he's doing 2 years from now?
Yeah, because he hasn't been around for a while, right?
Yeah, he's doing Batman. We know he's doing Batman, and the internet's freaking out still. But like, did either one of you think that at all?
No. So I think it was a savvy PR move actually by Hard Rock because it lets you know a couple of things. One, celebrities go to Hard Rock, right? Mm-hmm. And then number two, hey, look at this. You can beat us at Blackjack. Ben Affleck was beating us at Blackjack. Why don't you come over here and try your luck? Because they know, in fact, the great majority of people who try to count cards are miserable failures and will lose all their money. Right? So it's like a great ad for come to Hard Rock. You'll see celebrities and you'll take our money.
Yeah. And I think the celebrity part is really important too, right? The fact that he's an actor, he's not this like mathematician or this like engineer that's like amazing at numbers by profession. By profession, he's creative, and yes, he's analytical or whatever, but people are like, okay, well, maybe I can do it too.
So you don't think he's going to play a mathematician in his next role? You know what I mean? This was his way of getting into it.
I don't know all the roles he's played. For all I know, he's already played a mathematician. It makes you feel like you can actually do something, right, and be good at it if you just learn the formula. And counting cards is difficult, but it's apparently not as difficult. You don't have to keep track of all the cards. You just assign points to each card and keep track of the points, which is so much easier than other tricks.
So
I got confused while you were saying that.
I know.
Doesn't it sound like Good Will Hunting Part 2?
Totally.
Right?
That's where his guy. That's where he goes. Yeah.
And it's easy for Lissette to say. So she went to UCLA and got into MIT. So she's like, oh, it's so easy. Counting cards. What's the big deal?
Wow, MIT and Wharton. I went to a New York State school. So, okay.
Yeah, well, that didn't
how do
make
you guys
me
know all
good
this information about me? This is kind of incredible. I'm like,
we do research.
No, Ben Affleck told me.
Okay.
Okay. So can I just go back to Ben Affleck? So I don't think it's a PR stunt for him. I think a lot of people hate on him, and I can't figure out why. I think he's a really good guy, like the tipping and stuff like that. He's badass that he could take down a casino and get thrown out for being too good at gambling. What is he, like the most interesting man in the world? Okay, but he's actually a really good director. His acting is okay, but people are pissed he's going to be Batman. Why? What am I missing?
Yeah, you know what? I don't get it either, actually. That day when the Batman thing happened, I mean, Twitter for a good 3 days, Ben Affleck, # Ben Affleck was trending.
Can I tell you what it is for me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, when I think of Batman, I think of this really strong, rugged, hypersexual man.
Yeah.
And Ben Affleck's hot, don't get me wrong, but he just doesn't have that sensuality to him, right? He's not I don't know.
So what's his name? Who's Batman now? Who's that guy?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. So he has that.
He's got more sex
he's
appeal.
Dirtier.
Well, a lot more sex appeal than he does.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think that the original Batman had so much sex appeal, Michael Keaton, that you really can't beat Mr. Mom. It's all downhill from there.
Cenk, I think the original Batman was Adam West.
Well,
Let's
that's
not forget
true.
that. Now that was a lot of because they were actually in tights. There was a lot of sexuality going on there.
Ben Affleck played the original Superman in a movie. So that was a smaller movie that he did.
Ben Affleck played Superman?
Yeah. No. The actor who played Superman is the guy Ben Affleck played in a movie. I know it got confusing there for a second. And then he would spin the thing, and if it kept spinning, it was a dream. And he was still, no, that's Inception. Okay. All right.
First class, people, not the first class.
All right. So one last thing here. We're doing cheers, and we'll do one more drink as soon as we're done with this. Hard Rock, wrong to kick him out, right? I mean, like, if you can count cards, God bless.
So the ethics of counting cards. Yeah, to me, it is part of the game. If you're not doing anything with a computer or something like real, like using a device to cheat, if you can do it all in your brain, it's awesome. I think it's awesome.
It's really awesome too, but I do have to say that if you're losing, you have the option to leave the casino, right? If you're winning or losing, the casino should have an option to tell you to leave too. Right.
Really?
So,
That's super interesting.
You have the freedom to choose to either gamble or not gamble at a particular private establishment. If one private establishment says no, you go to the next one, right? So you take your business elsewhere.
You're technically right that, of course, they can do whatever they want. They can kick out whoever they like. It's their casino, right? But it's a jerk move.
Oh, it's absolutely a jerk move. I'm just saying it's within the sort of rules of the game.
Yeah. Right. Wait, I have one more question. So you talk about sometimes you like to gamble on sports, right?
Correct.
But are you a gambler, like a casino gambler too?
Yeah, so that's a great question because I've actually grown cold to blackjack. I used to play a decent amount of blackjack, but I don't count cards, so it's just a game of luck to me, and a game of luck that's rigged slightly against me. I play by the rules so that I have the maximum odds.
So you always lose, is what you're
No, and I've lost good money, but I've actually made good money at different times in blackjack too, and of course that's a rush. But I don't like not being in control. Yeah. Like, I like that when I play poker, my fate is in my hands, and if I lost, of course there's an element of luck or whatever, but if I lost, usually I know what I did wrong, and that's on me, and I don't mind that because that's a game of skill.
Yeah.
So I like going to the casinos and playing poker. I usually can't resist, I'll play a little blackjack anyway. But I've grown not to like it as much.
Yeah.
I pretty much only play craps, but that's because you have this community feel where you win money and for yourself, right? But you're also winning money for the rest of the table, and it's like, it's like a party. It's not just like a solitary thing where you're out to get everyone else. I love that it feels like you're part of a team.
Yeah, I've never really had the money to do like serious gambling, but when I was in college, we went to an Indian casino in upstate New York, and I was like, you know what? I got $200. I'm gonna see what happens. Literally lost it in about 12 minutes, and my friend bought me a sandwich, and that was
Yeah, well, that's funny because one of the first times that I really gambled in earnest, I made $2,000.
No shit.
And I went in with very little. I hit 2 numbers in roulette, okay?
That's impressive.
Yeah, which is amazing. Which is the worst thing that could happen to you. Because then you think like, gambling is free money. I just go and the casino hands me money. Yeah. And come to find out that that's not really how it works. So look, as a liberal, I should like your craps and everybody wins, and that's the right way to go. But honestly, that's another one I've had trouble figuring out. You're beginning to get the sense that I'm not that bright, right? But I'm like, there's a pass line, there's a don't pass when you get paid to, go pass go, don't get.
Just need to use your
what?
Monopoly. I'm good at Monopoly. So.
Right. But I like that. But as a sexy woman, you should play craps. Like in the movies, that's what sexy women do, right? And so you can tell that we've started the bar segment right because I'm a little buzzed, and so I'm throwing out nice compliments, okay? Or questionable compliments, depending on how you take it. So we're just getting warmed up. We got a couple more, and then we'll see what happens by the end. Anything can happen. We're at the bar.